Shalom and good day all. This is Tehillim29 back again for another Fool's Gold review. Alright, and the Fool's Gold we're going to be reviewing is Young Justice issue 18. So those who are new to Fool's Gold, as you can see, I rate the cover, the art and the story, but there's something different here. I have a total for the artist and to the writer. Now, that plays into the currency conversion and how much I think the story is. So let me just show you quickly how this... Alright, just to show you how it works, there's the $3.99, and as you can see there's the shelf price and the standing order price. Now, I pay it in the standing order price, which would be $7.15. And I give my rating on how much I think each area is worth. That includes the cover, the internal art, as well as the story. So let's get to it. Rating for the cover. Does this cover, in fact, cover which happens within the story? Half and half, so a 5 out of 10. How much do I think the cover's worth? $1.50. Right, let's move into the internal art. Okay, as you can see here, and this has been done by Michael Avon Oeming throughout the book, or throughout the comic. And I'll show a little bit towards the end as well. As you can see that there's a bit of a slight difference in the art appearance compared to earlier. And I'm afraid to say, Michael, it would have been nice if it sort of kept a bit of consistency, but here it lacked in a bit of consistency. But apart from that, I still enjoyed what was delivered in the art. Out of 10 for the art, 4.5 out of 10, but I'll still give it $1.50. So that's $1.50 for the... Oh, so that's $3 going towards the artist. In how much I think it's worth. So let's move on to the story. Did we get our cast of characters? Yes, we got our cast of characters, but we also got some characters that weren't actually mentioned. Let me point out a couple, which would have been really important as for Stephanie Brown to getting leads to where her father was. Starting off with this character. Who the fuck is he? Right, you can see that he wants to sort of like challenge Clue Master, but we got no idea who the fuck he is. Points lost. Big time. Would have made the story a little bit more exciting too. Then we have this character. Who is he meant to be? How is he a lead to Spoiler's dad? Would have been nice to know his name and also his connection to her father. Points lost again. Do we get time of when things happen? In a couple of places. That's about all. What about location? Well, yes, Bendis does cover location. In fact, it all centers around Central City. Very good though, but I felt one location was in fact missing, and it would have worked better for the story. Yes, I get that it's being covered in Central City, but looking at the Clue Master's place, I felt like that it was missing the exact location of where Clue Master was. Again, points lost. I'm not saying how many, but there are points lost. Next thing, what about comic references? This is the only thing we get for a comic reference. But again, it could have been a little bit more specific. If there was more conversation between the editor and Brian Michael Bendis. Yeah, I get that, yes, the Clue Master does turn up in Batman Eternal, but is there something that Brian Michael Bendis wants us to sort of like capture within the Batman Eternal as to what he's trying to bring across with the Clue Master's character? One thing that could have happened with the Batman Eternal is that you could have said Batman Eternal, but also put a description as to maybe what story arc within Batman Eternal. So it makes it easier for the reader to get a rough idea how you're bringing across this character. Because if I were to say, go to Batman Eternal, which issue specifically do you want me to see about Clue Master? Because I think there's around 50 issues, so you gotta center it down a little bit more. So not very brainy there, Brittany. I want to say good for showing the area, but not so much in regards to accuracy. That's where you also lose points, I'm afraid to say, but good for trying. I'll give you that. Good for trying. So, rating for the story? I think Chuck Dixon would have done a better job. With covering Tim Drake and Stephanie Brown in this storyline, seeing he does have experience with these characters compared to Brian Michael Bendis. But if you really want to pick up some great Brian Michael Bendis, go pick up his Jinx World. Powers is the first one I recommend for you. Just pick up the first couple of volumes and see how you go with that. Story rating. The beginning felt a little bit forced, but I do know that they are characters that do like each other. So, I'd have to say 1.5 out of 10. How much do I think the story's worth? $0.50 Australian at most. And that's not even making up what I paid for it overall. So in this, the winner for this is actually the artist. $3. Bendis gets the 50 cents Australian. I'll leave you to convert that into the US dollar. I can't give up flying Fruit Loop about it. So until then, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, let's keep it colourful. And I'm going to put out this for a certain watcher of my channel. Comic Works with Jimmy. I think it's time for you to get your next couple of Bendis reviews up. I've been missing them on your channel. Been missing how you say, "Oh, this was amazing." Come on, Jimmy. I know you enjoy Bendis so much. Get up a Bendis comic review. Especially within DC. Let's keep it colourful.